Do you feel like a lot of comedians, especially when you're getting started, were you getting hit on left and right? Is that something that a female comedian experiences like nonstop? Oh, they want to fuck me. They're trying to fuck me. They're trying to fuck me.
Yeah.
And did you go along with that at all?
Well, when I first started comedy, I'd gotten advice from this guy who doesn't really do comedy anymore, but he was like, don't fuck comics. He's like, when you're first starting, like, just don't be the girl that's fucking comics, which in a way was good advice, but also it's kind of like, what are you going to, we're up late, we're laughing, we're having fun or whatever. But I had that in my head. So I did resist it as much as possible.
Right.
Because you do want to you don't want.
The shit where you eat.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
But I hooked up with and I dated a lot of comics. I dated comedians throughout my career, but.
Did you end up hating them?
I don't hang out with them anymore. I mean, there's some that when they approach me, I go,
Really?
But,
really?
Well, just you know, vibrationally, it's no match anymore.
It just was a thing.
But it was nice when I was there. You know, it was good.
Right.
But I dated a guy when I was doing open mics that was just a horrific person.
You dated a guy that you met at open mic?
Yeah, when we were open micers.
And how old were you when you
I was like 25 or 26. And he was just not a good guy.
How so?
Very mean to my parents, very mean.
Mean to your parents?
Mean.
How is one mean to someone's parents? What would one do?
Yell at them. He yelled at my mom.
He yelled at your mom. Yeah. How far into the relationship before he yelled at your mom?
We dated for like a year, so it was probably 8 months in, because I remember I stayed with him, but I hated him. I had trouble saying no, and I didn't want to like hurt people's feelings, even though I seem like a real cunt. But but it was a self-worth thing, and I would just stay with these people and just ride it out.
You would just write it out just to see if it worked, trying to fix them? Do you think you were trying to fix them?
I think I just didn't want to be mean.
You didn't want to be mean?
I just didn't want to be
mean. All right,
mean.
well, that's commendable, I guess, but kind of
it's not good now. I mean, looking back on it. But I was thinking about how I had told that camp story, and I was the one that did the whole thing. I feel like I don't always paint the picture fairly enough. These were just people living their lives. Like, I crashed the wedding. I went after to fuck this guy I had not seen or know if I had chemistry with. Like, they were all innocent.
Really? You just went after it?
I just went after it.
You own it. You own up to it.
Yeah, it's my fault. The whole thing is my fault. And then I go on like TV and I'm like talking shit and stuff. So, it is, they got into the Annie storm.
But
the eye of the Annie storm.
Is it difficult? Do you think you're easy to date? Do you think it's difficult dating a comedian?
Well, I think it just has to be the right temperament. I was very like anxiously attached, so I would get really kind of like obsessed with people, or like very like clingy or needy, or come off that way sometimes. Or I just didn't like the person at all, and I just was kind of like using them as a placeholder. And I think the relationship I'm in now is like so good because he's so securely attached. He's just like comfortable in himself. He has a crazy mom, so he knows how to deal with wild women,
Do you talk about him in your sets?
Yeah, I do.
And how does he feel about that?
He likes it.
He likes it.
He forgives. He lets me do whatever I want. He doesn't have any
even
like,
if it's sexual.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, I don't say like mean. I don't have mean things.
Well, he's got a small dick, my boyfriend. Yeah, that would be.
He probably wouldn't like that, but I don't like talk shit on him really. I mean, I tease him a little bit. He's good. We're having a good life.